You're watching ABC7 News at 6.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news this hour, investigators have determined the human remains found in a Sarasota canal are not those of missing 15-year-old Jabez Spann. Dental records ruling out the missing teen.
At this hour, police still don't know who was found dead yesterday. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live tonight from the scene. And Jess, what's the latest in this investigation?
Jacqueline and Scott, investigators and the dive team have been here on scene off and on all day today, still collecting evidence, trying to figure out who these remains belong to and how they ended up in this canal.
Just knowing that there's someone who's been over there and we had no clue, like, it's mind-boggling.
For the last 18 years, Destiny Ortiz has lived across the street from the same canal where on Monday police found skeletal remains.
We've never really seen anybody over here. The only people who ever go in the ditch over there is, like I said, the kids, you know, like they look for turtles.
That's what these kids were doing when the remains were discovered. An adult quickly calling police.
We just thought we would find some turtles, but not a skull.
A skull and a femur. That's what police say was recovered on the scene at 19th and Gillespie. Using dental records, investigators were able to debunk the community speculation that the remains belonged to missing teen Jabez Spann, who lived less than half a mile from where these remains were found.
It's been horrible, miserable, horrible, and we just been suffering. It's like suffering that we haven't found him yet, and I know someone around here know what happened to him. We need closure.
While the remains aren't Spann's, police have no idea who they belong to. They also can't identify the age, sex, or race of the person yet. But investigators back on scene Tuesday trying to collect more evidence.
It's my understanding that there is a homeless camp nearby as well, but again, at this point in the investigation, we're still too early on to be able to tell who these remains belong to.
The community hopeful for some answers soon.
I'm just hoping that everything gets resolved and we can go back to like just being a quiet little neighborhood that we've always been.
Police are not able to give a timetable of when they may be able to identify this remains. It may take weeks, maybe even months. As far as Jabez Spann's family is concerned, they're still begging the community for answers. There is still a $50,000 reward for anyone that has any information. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you. The search continues for a woman accused of murdering her husband and a Bradenton woman. 56-year-old Lois Rice is suspected of killing 59-year-old Pamela Hutchinson in Fort Myers. This video shows Rice walking into a Hilton hotel in Ocala in north central Florida. Police believe this was just before Rice fled to Texas in Hutchinson's Acura. Today, we spoke with family and friends of Pamela Hutchinson, and they say she had recently moved to Bradenton after a divorce. Her stepdaughter says she was loving, caring, and had a smile that just didn't quit.
It's just bizarre. I mean, it's devastating. She always cared about everyone else over and above herself. Only recently divorced, but still a part of my family. Always will be.
U.S. Marshal Service is offering a reward of up to $5,000 for information leading to her arrest. Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers is also offering a reward of up to $1,000.
A man on Sarasota's most wanted list is now behind bars. Jorge Valito Leyva was captured in Mexico this week. He was on the run facing 2 counts of armed robbery. He and 4 others made national headlines last summer for trying to rob a homeowner who defended himself with a machete. According to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, they tracked him down in Mexico, and with the help of authorities there, they brought him back to the United States. He's currently in Texas, waiting to be extradited back to Sarasota County.
More than 80 animals are at a shelter today because Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies say the owner was neglecting them. Shirley Duncan arrested in Northport after Animal Services found one of her cats malnourished and sleeping in its own excrement. Inside the house, they confiscated several animals, including more than 50 cats, several mice, ferrets, and dogs. Duncan is charged with aggravated cruelty and abandonment.
The Sarasota County School District conducting a workshop today to look at ways to help cover the cost of additional school resource officers now required by state law. To help, the district is looking to reduce the number of custodians and bus drivers. They're also now considering a plan to employ an internal police force to patrol schools, saving the district millions of dollars.
Our next step will be to sit down and talk about what are the key things that we need to accomplish to make sure that at least at the elementary level, we have our own in-house law enforcement folks on board and ready to go to work by the middle of August of 2018.
If the district opted to use an internal police force, that plan would be implemented at middle and high schools in roughly 2 years.
All right, let's check our weather today with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Simply pretty close to perfect, wouldn't you say, Bob?
I would. I was outside pretty much all that day, and we are looking at beautiful weather for sunset tonight, too. Casey Key, the surf was up a little bit. We had those rip current advisories still in effect, but those will subside tomorrow, and it looks as though it'll be even better tomorrow. I think temperatures still around 80 degrees. The humidity will start to come back on Thursday more so. It's so nice because of that low humidity. It was 29% just an hour ago. The forecast through this evening looking pretty good. 63 by 11 o'clock tonight under fair skies. And again, we have sunshine, 75. Dew point is at 51. And the humidity now coming up just a little bit as a sea breeze has developed. Northwest winds at 12. And the pressure still high, 30.08 inches. And that is on the rise. Temperatures currently across the state in the 70s now, all the way from Pensacola southward down into Miami at 76 there, 78 in Orlando. They did warm to 80. Some inland areas did get up to 80 degrees today. We'll talk about the temperatures. Will be on the increase and also our rain chances as we get through the weekend. Details on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight. This is the last day to file your taxes, but if you haven't found the time, don't worry. We'll have some tips that'll help you avoid a penalty.
Plus, now that most universities have sent out their acceptance letters, we'll tell you about some new scholarships that are available for Floridians and those right here on the Suncoast.
Grab your grass skirts and Hawaiian shirts and get ready to party. I'm Stephanie Roberts.
And I'm Joey Panic. Join ABC7 at this year's island-themed Best of Sarasota Bash at Selby Gardens on Tuesday, April 24th. Sponsored by Sarasota Magazine and PNC Wealth Management.
Celebrate the region's best of winners with hula dancing, Mai Tais, and authentic island fare.
Get your tickets today at sarasotamagazine.com.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
The La Musica International Chamber Music Festival, the annual celebration of a distinctive cultural gem in Sarasota, with renowned musicians from around the world. April 9th through April 18th at the Sarasota Opera House. Visit lamusicafestival.org, click on Festival, open tickets, and get your seats now.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
20 years ago, the moviegoers of Sarasota looked up at the silver screen and wanted something more. And they got exactly what they wanted. 20 years of some of the best independent films from around the world. The most iconic Hollywood stars walking the red carpet. The most glamorous parties in Southwest Florida. 20 years building up to the most exciting announcement in, well, 20 years. At the Sarasota Film Festival, April 13th to the 22nd.
If you still haven't filed your taxes yet, or you don't have time to file it before tonight, there still may be some options for you.
Here's ABC's Rebecca Jarvis with today's tax tips.
The deadline to file your taxes is quickly approaching, and if you've been putting it off until the last minute, there are some things you should know. First off, you're not alone. According to the IRS, last year nearly a quarter of Americans who filed their taxes on time did so within the last 2 weeks before the deadline. And this year, you have 2 extra days to file, with the tax deadline on April 17th. But if you're unable to get those returns completed before then, the first thing you should do is file an extension. Kathy Pickering, executive director of the Tax Institute at H&R Block, explains.
But what you need to remember is that an extension to file your taxes is not an extension to pay your taxes.
The penalties for not filing a return or an extension on time can be steep.
The failure to file penalty is 10 times more than the failure to pay penalty.
In addition to late payment penalties, the IRS will also charge you interest on those late taxes.
The best advice is pay what you can as soon as you can, and then make a payment plan to pay off the rest of it.
If you're due a refund, you won't be penalized for failing to file on time, but Uncle Sam won't give you your money until you do. You have 3 years from the original deadline to file and still receive your money. But if you don't file by then, you'll miss out on any refund you might be entitled to. Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, New York.
All right, Bob Harrigan is back with your first alert weather forecast for the rest of the work week. Stay with us.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Bang Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured in an accident, whether or not it's your fault, your insurance company might be responsible for some of your expenses. So give us a call. We've got your back.
Car buying can be time-consuming. Not at Toyota of Sarasota. With hundreds of models to choose from, you're sure to find the right car at the right price in the right amount of time. Start online at toyotaofsarasota.com and then come visit us.
Toyota of Sarasota.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Set your course for a waterfront lifestyle on Florida's last private island. Discover one particular harbor by Margaritaville. Nearby sugar sand beaches are as easy to find as the warm Florida sunshine. Waterfront residences from the high 400s overlook beautiful Anna Maria Sound. And a new marina with direct access to the Gulf of Mexico. Plus, incredible savings on move-in-ready homes. Come tour designer models today. Visit ophmintousa.com now.
CashNet USA is trusted by over 2 million customers.
Perfect. When I lean back, I trust that you will be there to catch me.
Okay, bad idea, bad idea.
Apply now at cashnetusa.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
You said you spent most of the day outside. I hope everybody got to enjoy a little bit of it at least.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this is kind of day you can't feel again. When you can't feel the weather, it's always perfect. You know, it was so dry, it was really quite nice out there. It's something to take and move through the summer and remember, okay? So remember this day, just kind of visualize it as you get through the heat and humidity. Beautiful surf weather. It doesn't happen very often, but it does occasionally when these fronts move through. This is a big wave too, and this is Rick Davis, who's a Tampa Bay National Weather Service meteorologist who lives in the Suncoast. And I'll tell you what, he said they were really good waves too. They weren't really ripped apart at all, and a steady stream of them. This was up yesterday. Different story though. Tomorrow, a good surfer he is there. He says his back hurts a little bit. I can understand. Casey Key webcam showing the waves have come down, and actually this is a Sarasota Bay webcam, come down a little bit out over the bay and even on in Casey Key. Things looking pretty good there as well. What we have is high pressure now. It's pretty much over the top of us, just to the north. It's going to scoot off to the east here. And as it does so tomorrow, we're going to start to see more of an east to southeasterly wind flow, which always has a tendency to warm us up. Now, that's because the air travels over land here where the water or the air temperatures are going to get up to around 85 degrees, and it carries it right to the coast. Now, there will be a little sea breeze that will develop in the afternoon, so the beaches maybe not as warm tomorrow. We'll see highs there in the upper 70s. This is the European forecast model. We'll take you through time and show you that we're looking for sunshine. A beautiful day tomorrow. Here comes a weak frontal boundary. You see it right there. There's not much to it on Friday. In fact, it falls apart. We'll see some increasing cloudiness on Saturday. There's a slight chance for a shower or two, but notice this near Dallas developing on Saturday. This is an area of low pressure which is going to scoot along the lower Mississippi Valley and eventually swing a cold front our way. That cold front will be here, it looks like now, on Monday for the most part. That's the European model. We'll see how it plays out. It's got plenty of time to adjust over the upcoming 48 hours before we really get a handle on it. 76 now in Jacksonville, 78 in Orlando. It's 76 now in Miami. Temperatures inland a little bit warmer. Northport 81, Sebring at 77. Right along the beaches now, Cortez at 72, 76 in Sarasota, 78 in Venice. The Gulf water temperature at 75 degrees. It got as warm as 78 before that cold front moved in. Look at all this dry air continuing to funnel our way. So things aren't going to moisten up for a long time here until probably Thursday. And then into Friday, we'll start to see higher humidity values around. Tonight's lows will be unseasonably cool. We were low this morning, especially away from the water in the low to mid 50s. We'll be in the mid to upper 50s near the beaches. Venice 57. Osprey, you'll be at 56. Lakewood Ranch, a little bit cooler. Same in Parrish, a little bit cooler there, but warmer at Anna Maria, 60 degrees. Bradenton should be right around 58 degrees. The Rose Garden, Cindy Desmond getting that shot today. Beautiful out there, 75 degrees, clear skies, and the dew point now at 51. The humidity 43%. That is low, and the high today did manage to get up to 79, a couple degrees shy of the average. Look at that low, 10 degrees below the average that we normally get, 41 the record. Well, the Northeast is getting hammered again with snow flurries for the most part. Had snow on the ground in Toledo and Detroit earlier today. Toronto getting some snow, Buffalo as well. This is a storm that is now going to eventually move to the lower Mississippi Valley and bring us a chance for those showers and storms on into Monday. Well, into the 30s and 40s, so winter hanging out over the Great Lakes. A bit warmer over the southern plain states. Kansas City 47 tomorrow. For boaters, better. Seas running right around 2 feet with a light chop out there. We'll have south winds, east winds turning to the southeast at 5 to 10. The extended forecast then, here it is. Beautiful, beautiful, a little bit warmer, higher humidity, but still nice. 20% chance for a shower on Saturday, mainly in the afternoon. Sunday looks to be okay. 40% chance for late day showers, I believe. More so, a better chance for rain comes Monday. And into Tuesday, the rain chance at 50%, the thunderstorm chance at 40%. So it looks like we could see another round of some thunderstorms. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. A follow-up now on a suspected homicide last week in Bradenton.
Manatee County Sheriff's deputies are investigating the death of a Bradenton woman inside her mobile home on Cortez Road. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live tonight from the Royal Gardens Estates mobile home park with more. Rick?
Yeah, guys, good evening. This is just a horrible, horrible tragedy. It happened at the home right back there. The bloodied body of Joan Demio was found by a coworker in the carport of her home. She had suffered blunt force trauma to the head. Barack Pazos, who had been living with her, is being charged with a murder.
We responded to the crime scene and started talking to people, found out that her roommate was potentially a person of interest. So we wanted to locate him as quickly as possible. people told us that, well, he likes to drink at some of the establishments right around this area. So we went to the first bar and he wasn't there. We went down the street to Tommy Knocker's and there he is sitting right there.
And the Manatee County Sheriff's Office says they are continuing with their investigation. We'll have a lot more on this story coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. Reporting live from Bradenton this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Rick, thank you. The Florida Constitution Revision Commission is placing 8 proposed constitutional amendments on the November 6th general election ballot. Most of the final proposals had several ideas grouped together into single amendments. One plan would ban offshore oil drilling, as well as outlaw electronic vaping in public places. Another bundles term limits for school board members with civic literacy and charter school oversight. Several members feel that many voters will not support everything put together on the same amendment.
We do think this is the right place for it, and we've not been successful in the legislature. So this is a perfect example of why the CRC is here and how important it is.
All proposed amendments must be approved by more than 60% of Florida voters to take effect.
A teenager shot 5 times in the Parkland school shooting is now filing a lawsuit. That lawsuit filed today names the shooting suspect Nicholas Cruz, the estate of his late mother, the family that took Cruz in, and 3 mental health facilities that treated him. Authorities say 15-year-old Anthony Borges was shot while blocking a doorway to protect other students. The lawsuit seeks unspecified damages.
Well, can a new high-tech treatment which maps the brain help kids with autism? It's now being used in Sarasota. It's called the Brainwave Center, and the process could be a real benefit to high-power executives looking for an edge to those suffering from depression to children with autism. Easter Seals has just partnered with the Brainwave Center to test this technique on kids. It's a pilot program using movies to help train the brains of kids born with speech delays, sensory issues, and more. The results of that program are remarkable.
For many of them, it's a lot of behavioral, a lot of changes in how they react with other people. Some folks start to use their words more. We had one little girl recently that has now made the honor roll 3 times in a row, and she's never been able to do that before.
Tonight on ABC7 at 7, we'll have the founders of both of the Brainwave Center and Easter Seals, plus the mother of 4 autistic children.
Tonight, President Trump's personal attorney. How far will Cohen's loyalty go? As the fallout over the Comey interview continues, the White House in damage control mode. World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running. And right now, you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $219 a month or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Serving part-time as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment to get an edge in the civilian world. Learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you at nationalguard.com.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Rugs as Art. You know the name. You know the building. But do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand
what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free. You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Florida farm workers and their children are now able to apply for a new scholarship. Lawmakers created the Florida Farm Worker Student Scholarship during this year's legislative session. It'll provide up to 50 scholarships for farm workers and their children starting next academic school year. Each scholarship will cover 100% of tuition and fees at any public Florida university or college. The deadline to apply is May 4th.
State College of Florida is offering scholarships as well to budding musicians and thespians. SCF will hold auditions for music and theater scholarships this weekend. Scholarships are available for choir, several instruments, both technical and musical theater. Students don't have to be a music or theater major to qualify. Auditions are Saturday, April 21st at SCF's Neal Performing Arts Center in Bradenton. And the musicians there are pretty phenomenal. I heard a group play at the Evening Under the Stars a few weeks ago, and they were incredible.
Yeah,
really good.
I heard the choir there too, Evening Under the Stars, several years ago, and actually a couple years ago. They were great.
Yep.
It was very nice.
A lot of talent.
Nice weather too tomorrow. Beautiful out there. We'll see 80 degrees for a high. That's right around normal for this time of year. Perfect time of year, really. Chance of rain comes on Monday. It looks like we could see some thunderstorms too. Right now we're not calling it a first alert weather day because it still looks like it may stay to our north, but we are going to get some rainfall from it.
Okay.
All right.
Due to change, maybe.
Yeah.
World News Tonight with David Muir is next.
We'll see you again at 11. Have a good night.